This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Hope you guys are doing great tonight. Well, first we must say, K. Michelle paid her tab to the driver of $3,000, and he went out and said, hey, K. Michelle's good. She can ride with our company again. Now, obviously, all this came out because she did an IG live. She talked some smack about Moneybag Yo. He responded. It got out of control. And then K. Michelle ended with, I'm not doing lives no more. I'd be forgetting I'm on live. That's that. It's all wrapped up. Joe Budden and Gille the Kid are still going at it. Now, here's the funny thing. These guys were friends just back in April. And Gille the Kid was on there going, Joe, yeah, thanks for your advice. Da, 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 da. And now it's bad. And I think it's bad. This is why I think it's bad. Okay. So Gille and Wallow had started a podcast. It was doing well. They got picked up by Barstool. I don't think Joe ever thought that they could be competition, but they are competition because Joe Budden, this is just how people are, and it's weird. But there's also people crowd spaces. This is what happened with me with music videos, okay? So if you get into something, and this is what's sad, but this is just about life, and it always happens with hip-hop for some reason, more so than everything. So Joe Budden was doing his podcast, and really Joe Budden, I gotta give him credit. He was one of the first rappers to do a podcast. Obviously, what me and Rec have been doing have always been kind of podcasts. We've always been in media. I gotta shout out M-Rec with that because we've always been doing that together for like forever, okay? When these guys were rappers, and then when rapping didn't work anymore for the rappers, they want to get in your space, which is fine, okay? But let's just acknowledge that that's what happened. These guys couldn't make money with rap anymore, so they come over and do some other stuff, okay? Fine, okay? I like Joe Budden's podcast. I liked him on Everyday Struggle. Cool. And Joe Budden was one of the first vloggers. I got to give him that too. He's one of the first vloggers on YouTube. Got to give him that. But that was fun. Then we got so Gille the Kid comes in with Wallow, and they're actually making noise because this is what happens in hip hop. People get tired. Joe Budden's been on top for 2-3 years now with his podcast. He's been doing it for 5 years, getting the attention for 2 to 3 years. Ever since he left Complex, things have turned up. But now Gille and Wallow are in, and they're a little more street with it, I guess, and they're getting that crowd, and they're getting more traction. Joe Budden's coming out for renegotiations with Spotify. He feels the pressure. They're starting a podcast beef now. Started, I guess, was it April, May, June? I guess last month it started in June, and now we're in July. And, these two were friends in April. Okay? Weird. Okay? But Joe Budden started hating. Okay? In little ways. Okay? And now they're escalating it. Now it's never going to turn into anything. But are they doing this for Joe's renegotiation? Or is this real? Or is it fake? Joe Budden said, Gille said, Joe Budden doesn't own his podcast. He doesn't own his IP. They own theirs. They're partners with Barstool. Joe Budden sold his whole brand to Spotify. I highly doubt that. Joe Budden's not the type to do that. But said Joe Budden then went to DMs and said, you from the streets, but you let the white man say the N-word? Laugh out loud. Tell him, not me. Gille says, Joe Budden, I got that video you with Raekwon, got you on the floor screaming for mercy. My. Mickey Fat sitting there on the floor, didn't even look up. Game over. Joe Budden says, Gille, stop getting on. Stop. Anyways, he says, stop sucking up to people. Joe Budden to Gille the Kid again. You weigh 90 pounds, Gille. You don't do nothing better than me. Remember that when you talk. Gille says, keep that same energy. Now, this isn't real, okay? I'm not buying it, okay? They're just having a podcast beef to raise their numbers. These are two rappers that are now podcasters, And I enjoy both of their podcasts. I'm just making that point. They're doing really well. But they're two failed rappers doing podcasts. Okay? But definitely check them out because they're good. Gilly is actually good. Really good at like talking to people and everything. And I like Gilly. And I like Joe Budden. But I do call the facts what they are. You could call me a failed video director because it worked for a while and then it stopped working. The crowd, it just gets too many people started doing it and they started lowering the prices. You know, I'm at $4,000 a video, maybe $5,000 sometimes. People were charging, $1,500, $1,000, $500. You can't compete with that. You know, if someone's willing to do 3 times the work and get paid less, you're gonna lose. It's just like, it's just crazy, man. Anyways, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. I'll check you guys in the next one. Stay positive today. I appreciate you guys. I'll check you on the next one. Stay motivated. Know you're worth it. Look in the mirror. You're worth it. You're going to make it happen. Don't let anybody destroy your dreams. You're the dreamer, and you're going to make your dreams happen. I love you guys, and I'll check you guys in the next one. Peace.